Hey, little Laws. Yes. Remember the guild? Did you see yesterday? It's going all right. Did you see yesterday? I actually got some groceries being delivered to the door. I probably should have waited until after that was delivered before I started the stream. But give me a second here. Seems to be an herb here somewhere. Not seeing it. Um, there it is. Yeah, there was. So I don't know if you were on yesterday when I talked about how I got invited to this guild called Tyr's Hand, which is a priest paladin only guild. You haven't been online? So let me log out because I do have to get the groceries from the door. But when I come back, I'll be right back. I just have to put these groceries away. Well, actually, they're not here yet. They'll be here in a minute. So I was just killing in the wetlands, and some paladin healed me and buffed me, and I was low on health because I was fighting a couple of raptors, and they were kind of beating my butt. It's been too hot to turn your lava. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's brutally hot here in Florida right now. And so he said, hey, you can join my guild if you want. He's like, we have He's like, we're a priest only paladin guild, not a paladin priest only guild. And I'm like, well, how can I join? And he goes, well, there's an RP thing where if you play as a monk, like a warrior monk, then you can join the guild. And I go, well, what are the rules for this warrior monk? And they go, well, you got to wear a robe, which that was already part of my wanderer challenge was, having to wear a robe. So I'm like, well, I'm already doing that. And they like, you got to use staves. And I'm like, well, I've got a two-hand staff. And they said the only other weapons you can use is a shield and mace. And I was like, well, I've got a shield. I had just sold a mace to a vendor. Um, I just sold a mace to a vendor, so I was like, oh man, I got this mace that I wasn't going to use because it wasn't quite as good as it was 2.8 attack speed, which isn't really great for a warrior because you can't generate rage that well. I said, but for this challenge, I said, let me go to the vendor and buy the mace back. So I went to the vendor and I bought the mace back. Everyone plays hardcore Senegal because hardcore is the most fun. And so I went to the vendor, I bought my mace back, and he said, he goes, let me ask, and I go, what's the rules? I can wear leather armor? And he goes, let me ask the guild leader. So he asked the guild leader, and the guild leader, yeah, I said, I can wear cloth or leather armor. I have to wear a robe in my chest piece, although he did say if I wore a skirt and like some other leather chest piece, that the whole idea is to make your character look like a monk. You should look like a monk. You can't wear mail armor. You can't wear plate armor. You can only use either a shield and mace combo or a staff. So I have two weapon sets. I've got a staff weapon set and I've got a shield and mace weapon set. I'm either using one or the other. And I have to have a robe, So and try to like RP it so that your character looks as much like a monk as you can make her look like, right? Whether hoods and whatever you can do to make her look like a monk, I guess. So that's kind of the challenge, and it was very similar to what I was already doing. And the only difference was I was allowing myself to use axes and daggers and swords. So now I can't use axes and daggers and swords, and I can't dual wield. I can't use like like a mace in both hands. So that sucks because the most damage I do typically right now is dual wielding. So my primary DPS right now is the staff, is using a staff, and then the shield and mace is obviously for more defensive purposes. But let me go into it more in a minute. I have to go get the groceries from the front door, and when I come back, I'll kind of cover kind of my thoughts on what the guild leader kind of wants the monk to be, because it's really interesting actually. And I'll talk about that when I come back. I'm gonna go AFK just for like literally like 4 minutes. All right, so what I was talking about was what the guild leader wants for the monk is to be kind of like a support character. Like I can't, and obviously because I have to use either a shield or a mace weapon set or a staff, and because he kind of wanted me to go protection as my build, I was already planning on going protection. So everything I was doing with my wanderer challenge was very similar to the monk challenge. The only difference was just what weapons I'm using. So he wants the character to be more of kind of like a support character. So he in like in a dungeon or something, I could maybe help off tank a little bit or provide like some good buffs. Like he kind of wanted me to run imp, improved battle shout, but I probably will do that at 60, but I won't do it while I'm leveling up. But once I get to 60, I'm going to build out a build for this warrior that's focused on just support. So it's going to have improved demoralizing shout, improved battle shout, booming shouts. I won't have the capstone. I won't be all the way at the bottom of the protection tree because we won't have enough talent points. So I'm not sure how the build's going to be quite exactly yet, but the leveling build is going to be a little different. We won't go as far down into the Fury tree to get, we're not going to go down and get improved battle shout. We're going to be going down into the protection tree to try to get one-handed weapon specialization just to add more damage. But when I go to 60, my 60 build probably won't even get like one-handed weapon specialization. It'll probably be something more like, that's if we get to 60, of course. Let's not jinx ourselves since my stupid hunter died at 57 and a half. Let's see. So at 60, I was thinking of doing something like this, where I do booming shout, I do improved demoralizing shout, and then I do battle shout. So this is going to make sure that my buffs stay up longer. It's going to make it easier for me to keep debuffs and positive buffs on my group. Up. It's got a bigger range. So there's a slight worry about maybe me pulling threat by demo shouting, and battle shouting, but whatever. We'll have to figure that out. I mean, and I even thought about putting points into Defiance, but I don't think I will because I think the threat's going to be too much. So what we'll do is we'll go into here. Obviously, we're going to go into here. Last stand. Probably going to go. We're going to go like. We're going to try to go build out as much protection-based skills as we can so that we can be kind of like an off tank. We don't want this with this. And actually, do we want? Sure, why not? I don't know if we want to go more improved disarm or if we want to go more toughness. Toughness isn't really that good. So do we want a longer disarm or do we want more armor that's up? I mean, armor's up all the time. So I think we probably want armor. Then we'll do... And then I think we'll just do improved disarm. So this is 54, and then we're going to go into tactical mastery, and what else we got here? Oh, we got that improved demoralizing shout, use rage, and then I was thinking, I mean, you could even go with a build like this, right? The nice thing about this build is we'll have it'll keep our rage up a lot between pulls, but we're not going to have like one-handed weapon specialization, so it's going to, our damage isn't going to be as good. But this is increases the damage you deal with one-handed melee weapons. Since we're a monk, we won't be using one-handed melee weapons to do damage. We'll be using a staff. So I don't think we need this, and then we don't really need shield slam either. So I think this would be probably the level 60 build I would try to run as a support, kind of a support monk warrior. I think that would be kind of an interesting build. So anyways, let's go put our 10-point door shield block here. Is there another herb around here? How many herbs are there? Anyways, so we got a long way to go to 60, obviously. Long way to go. Right here. All right, I don't know if I can kill these satyr. It might be a little bit too high level, but let's take a look. This is a good farming area, but I'm not sure. They may be a little bit too tough for me. Find out. No, I mean, not really. I think alchemy is better than engineering. All engineering really gives you is like target dummy, right? Whereas alchemy has, man, increase your health. You got health pots. You've got, you've got potions to increase your armor, potions to increase your agility, potions to increase your health. So I think to me alchemy is better. But that's just my personal preference. You know what I mean? People can run whatever they want. Oops. I am self-found because that was what I started this character is self-found. I'll probably continue to be self-found, so I'll probably continue to be self-found. When I hit 60 though, I will probably drop that because I would want to be more able to interact with my guildmates at 60. So. Good, these guys feel like they're kind of squishy. They do have debuffs though, lots of debuffs. But I took like no damage from that guy. Yeah, these guys are good. A little bit low level, but what is this guy? 26, 26. 26, 27 is good for me since I'm kind of weak. Mace sucks. My mace is just too slow. We need a faster weapon, but we don't have one right now, so we're kind of screwed. The grind is real, man. We gotta find some quests we could do because killing grinding is just gonna take forever, man.
Lovely.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what quests we want to do. These quests are too difficult. They're too dangerous. Still too low for that.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I don't know. No. This is worth shit. 170 XP. It's not even worth turning in. I don't like going to a zone just to do one quest. It's like I need to do multiple quests. Yep. Really, I think Duskwood is our best bet right now. Let's just grind some XP here for a little bit.
Lovely.
Did he like silence me? That was weird. It's weird. Grind is real, man. The grind is real.
Lovely. Lovely.
Look at that big crit with the bow, man. Nice. Silenced again, aren't I? I don't know. JP, dude, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a while, JP. So the challenge has slightly migrated again, JP. We are now doing the Wanderer challenge still, but we are now the monk. We can only use two-handed staff because I joined a guild. It's I joined a guild that's all priests and paladins, and I'm the only warrior in the entire guild, which is really weird. And someone just said in guild chat earlier, like, why is there a warrior in the guild? But they discussed doing a monk class where, yeah, basically staves only, or we have two weapon sets. We can either be equipped with a staff, or we can be equipped with a shield and a mace. So those are the two weapon sets we can use. And we have to wear leather armor or less, and we have to wear like a robe in the chest piece, which is what I was already doing on the Wanderer challenge that I'd kind of come up with. I was already doing that, right? So we were kind of, already doing it. So, but, and then the guild leader also wanted me to be kind of like protection build, which is kind of funny because I was already planning on doing protection, right? I was already planning on doing mostly protection. So, you know what I mean? The track star interview with Billy Corgan. Oh, I haven't. I'm a big Billy. I'm not really a big fan of Billy Corgan, but I'm a big fan of Smashing Pumpkins. Billy Corgan's kind of a nut job, but here, let's see if I can find it. Organ's a little flaky. I bought another guitar, though. My wife doesn't even know I bought another guitar. I have bought 3 guitars in the past, I think, 6 weeks. That's it for now. But they were cheap guitars. I've got lights of, Fenders, a lot of Fender guitars, and, some of them very expensive, some not so expensive. But I'd never really owned any Squire guitars, but I found a really good plant in China that makes really high quality Squires, and between the years of 2009 and 2013, just that year span. So I just was kind of searching on Reverb, and I found a couple Telecasters I got from those specifications. They were fantastic, best Telecasters I own, and I owned a ton of Telecasters. Like I have like 7 Telecasters. So, but these 2 Squires I bought are better than the other like 5 Fender American-made Telecasters. They're better than all of them. So then I went and I said, well, let me get a Stratocaster from this China plant. And I got a Stratocaster, and it's really good. I got it today. It's really good, but the neck's a little thin. Like it's not a very beefy neck. It's a little bit thin. But other than that, it's great. Like the width, the radius, everything's perfect, and it plays fantastic. And then the body is a little bit not quite as thick as a regular, American Stratocaster. It's hard to tell. I put it right next to one of my American Strats, and it's very similar. But I can just tell in my hands when I touch it. I can tell it's a little thinner. But other than that, it's great. Dude, I paid $340 for it. That was, which is so cheap for a guitar nowadays. And to get a guitar for $340 that's as good as that is unbelievable. I was like, holy shit! It's the best playing Strat I have, and I've got 3 other Strats. So now I have 4 Stratocasters, and out of the 4 I have, this new one that I bought for $340 is the best playing one. The next most what I like in a neck. It's a little bit not as thick on the back. The depth of it is not quite as thick as deep as I like. But other than that, it's fantastic. So, anyways, so I can't really buy any more guitars because my wife will probably kill me. So, you might change my mind. No, Corgan's just Corgan's I know he was kind of like abused mentally. I don't know if he's physically abused. He's definitely abused mentally growing up. He didn't have an easy childhood. I know that. But he's just he's arrogant. Corgan's very arrogant. He's a really good guitar player. He's a really good songwriter, and I have a lot of respect for him as a songwriter and a guitar player, but he's pretty arrogant. And he keeps blaming people for stealing his music, which is a sign of insecurity. Because honestly, the people he claimed stole his music, they really didn't. To be honest, they really didn't. And in today's day and age where, you got to realize that everybody steals everybody's music, right? Copying is the greatest form of, imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? Like every musician copies from the musicians before him. That's called influences. Who are your guitar influences? Well, they influenced you. What are you doing? You're copying them, right? You're copying maybe some style or some certain specific chord passages or changes or maybe some techniques they do, you're doing
You can
them.
kiss your ass
You know,
goodbye.
there's a great interview with Joe Bonamassa where he's talking about how he ripped off a ton of shit from Eric Johnson, and he says every time he talks to Eric Johnson in person, he always apologizes. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so sorry." He's like, "I stole so much shit from you." You know, and he's always so he recognizes that, hey, you know, it wasn't me that came up with this shit. It was Eric Johnson. So he takes the time to apologize and to give credit where it's due. Corgan's not like that. Corgan just is kind of thinks that he's like, oh, I came up with all this shit, and I'm a great guitar player, and people are stealing my stuff. I'm like, come on, Billy. I mean, you were influenced by all these other artists, Black Sabbath, whoever, and you know, don't go down that path. I mean, if someone blatantly copies you, like note for note, yeah, that's one thing. But if someone just has a sound that sounds a little bit like yours, you know, give it up, man. It's just that's music. That's the music industry, man. That's just the way it works, dude. So, but yeah, I'll check out that interview. So, I mean, I love seeing it. You know, I think Corgan's like I said, he's a great writer, great songwriter. I'm a huge Smashing Pumpkins fan, so yeah, big fan. Was probably my favorite band for a very, very long time. Before that, I was really into heavier stuff. You know, like my favorite band was probably Ministry, to be honest. Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen him. Is it a newer interview? Maybe it's a newer interview. Sometimes it's good for me to grind mobs on my characters every so often, just to like get an understanding for, you know, what can they handle? Like how many mobs can they kill at once? How much damage are they doing? It's a really good barometer of where my character's at. So I like to grind mobs every so often. On this character, it's not as good. I mean, I don't do great damage. I mean, this staff is the staff of Westfall, so I'm using the staff from Dead Mines, the quest reward, right? So we do need to find a better staff, but actually there is a staff that we can get in Stranglethorn Vale called the big. I think it's called the Big Stick. Shit. This guy's gonna aggro another mob. That's alright.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
See that? You said maybe a month old. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely check it out. Thanks, man. Yeah, let's go see if we can get that. How much money do I have? Oh shit, I don't even have any money. What the hell happened to my money? Okay, well forget it. We can't even buy that staff, so we're gonna have to grind some more mobs here, guys. I didn't realize I was so low on the money front. What happened? Oh, I guess I trained. I trained some abilities recently. Holy shit. These guys aren't the best for money. I mean, they're okay. Better off killing raptors. Raptors do a lot more damage than these guys, though. No, but the raptors drop the eggs we can cook up for food. We're just gonna make us, yeah. Let's get, and they drop it at a high rate. So let's go kill raptors. We'll make more money that way. We need to get some money, and then we're gonna start looking for. There is a certain staff in Booty Bay that's gonna probably be really good for this character. It's called the Big Stick. Pretty sure that's what it's called. Big Stick. It is 25.67 damage, 15 strength, and it is sold. What they call it here, but it's sold in Booty Bay. Right here. 5.6 gold. Whew. 25. So it does way more damage, but I mean, yeah, it does a lot more damage than this one. And it has that strength, so that's going to help. No, I'm an alchemist, so I can't skin. I wish I could. So. Yeah, the big stick is going to be our next upgrade. Then after that, I don't know. After that, I'll have to do some research to see what's our next staff upgrade. Of course, the best in slot item for me would be the warden staff. Like the warden staff would be the shit, right? That would be like, you know, nothing would be better than getting the warden staff. Let's see. I mean, look at this. And this is a level, requires level 43. Look at that. 46 damage per second. Are you kidding me? 260 armor, 11 stamina. And it's fast, which is kind of nice for a warrior because, you know, to build rage a little bit faster, you know? 2.4 is actually really fast. Holy shit, is it really that fast? That's insane. So that would be really good because, you know, a warrior needs to build rage. So having a really slow staff isn't that great. Actually, a faster staff probably for a warrior is actually probably better. So the warden staff would be like absolutely insane. So everybody, you know, say a prayer to RN Jesus that we somehow get really lucky and get that drop somewhere. You get that drop somehow, you know what I mean? That would be like amazing. That would complete the monk build to have the warden staff. All right, let's go back here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go kill raptors. The raptors drop the eggs, and we can cook up the eggs and make money. A stack of, a stack of Curiosity Tasty Almond, I think goes for 60 silver for a stack. And I know exactly where we can farm. We also need more herbs, though.
How may I help? Goddess, watch over you.
Okay, we got no bear meat. We did get some, so we need 8 wild spices.
Hello. Good luck, friend.
We're at 95 silver. Shit, we need like 6 gold. 6 gold. Okay, so we can do the raptor cave, but that's gonna be dangerous. I would like to get more. We need more buffs, so we'll get the scroll vendor. There's a couple scroll vendors we can hit actually. This is gonna take a while. This is gonna take a while. We need to set our hearth to Stormwind, so we can stock up on scrolls. It's gonna cost us some money, but it'll make our character stronger.
I am honored. I am listening. May the stars guide.
Ba-ba-da-boom. I can see there was a little argument in the guild. The person who invited me to the guild kind of was arguing with the guild leader about seal twisting. I'm like my thought on seal twisting is if you want to do seal twisting, that's fine. I don't typically do it a lot. It is good though. If you're gonna play a paladin, seal twisting is really useful. It also is really cool. Like there would be certain situations in Arc where you might have two mobs on you, and you're a paladin, and maybe you're like you're really low on health and you're kind of in danger. Seal twisting can really help you add a little bit of extra damage, so it can actually save your life. So knowing how to seal twist, I think, is really good, but I don't think you need to seal twist all the time because it's just a lot of extra effort. So it can mentally it can make your gaming session more strenuous. It can tire you out faster because you're having to manage so many more things, and mentally it will fatigue you. So if you play 4 or 5 hours straight and you're not seal twisting, you're not going to feel as tired as if you play 4 or 5 hours straight, but you're seal twisting the whole time. You're definitely going to feel more fatigued, and that's one of my things. Is like I would rather have longer gaming sessions. Be able to play 6 hours versus 4 hours because I wasn't kind of tiring myself out by constantly managing. Because you got to manage the swing meter. You're looking at this swing meter you've got like there's a little window of like 0.4 seconds. I think it's 0.4. 0.4 of a second at the end of your swing timer when you can seal twist into your next seal. And it's just command, and I think, what is it, righteous and command, I think is what you're seal twisting. But I haven't done it much in a while. I used to seal twist quite a bit back in the day, but whatever. I'm not a paladin, so I don't have to worry about it. But I would never push players to say that if you're playing a paladin, you need to do something. And people should always be able to play the game the way they want. So I'm not a fan of telling people how to play. If people want to know how to do something, then that's one thing. But so I don't like it when I see people arguing in guilds about like, oh, you should be doing this, and if you're not doing this, you're a bad player. I don't agree with that at all. I don't, I'm not. People min max in WoW too much. I mean, you don't need to. WoW is not a difficult game, right? You don't have to play at the utmost potential of your class to be an effective player. You can still be really good, and so it's people just get crazy with min maxing, and I think it's kind of causes more harm than good. Now, if you're doing like high end rating or something, yeah, then you probably want to try to max your potential. But anything but high end rating, I don't think it's a big deal. And this is vanilla after all. Even high end rating isn't that difficult as long as you got decent buffs. All right. Get off that freaking soapbox. Yeah, me too. I take my, me, JP. I'm very laid back. I take my time. I do a lot of grinding mobs. I'm a very slow leveler because I play the game. The reason I play World of Warcraft is it's my own personal therapist. It's my way to relax from the real world, and I hope my wife understands that. Things have been incredibly stressful for me the last few years, and for her, and because of her mom and her health. So WoW is my break from the real world. Man, I thought the cat got out, JP. We've got this one cat that loves to dart out the front door when you open the door. And this morning, I had a delivery at the door, and I got the delivery, and then I was walking through the house, and before I wanted to start streaming, I wanted to make sure that all the cats were accounted for, because I have to do that with the one cat, because she's so sneaky. And I couldn't find one of the cats, the one that always runs out the front door. And I'm like, man, did she somehow sneak out the door when I opened the door this morning? I'm like, there's no way, because I would have seen her. There's no way I would have seen her run out the door. And I'm calling her name, I grabbed out a can of cat food and started tapping on the metal top of the can, which usually pulls all the cats into the kitchen. She didn't come. I went all through the house. I looked at the cat tree. I looked in, everywhere, and I couldn't find her. I'm like, man, she must have got out. I went outside, was running up and down the street calling this cat's name. I even talked to a couple neighbors and said, hey, if you see this cat, it's my cat. And I'm like outside for 40 minutes calling for this cat. And it's like hot in Florida. I'm sweating. It's hot. I come in. I call my wife. I'm kind of like really upset. I'm like, my wife's going to be pissed. She's going to be so worried about the cat. Call my wife, said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I said, I think the cat got out. I cannot find the cat. And then I'm saying all this, right? And I'm standing right by the cat tree in the front room. And I look, and no joke, I'm saying all this, and the cat's head rises up because the top of the cat tree is this little curved like U-shaped, piece of carpet. And the cat was laying down in that curve. And I swear when I walked into that room and looked, she wasn't in there. But I might have missed it because she was laying down really low. Her head fucking pops up, looks at me, and I'm like, "You bitch!" I'm like, "I've been calling your name." I'm like, you had me so worried. I'm up and down the fucking street for like 40 minutes in like 90-degree super humid weather looking for you. I was super happy she was okay, but I was super pissed she made me do that. But it was hilarious. I was just laughing, dude. I was totally laughing at myself. I was like, what the hell, man? Oh man, good times. All right, let's go ahead and. I don't think we need wool, but let's make this wool up. We're gonna sell it. And let's sell this. We're gonna sell some stuff here. Clear up a little bit of inventory space. Yeah, we can use the mutton shop. What is this? Yeah, we can eat that. We don't need this. We don't need this. Well, we got 3 cats. One cat, he's pissed. This cat has like a breathing issue. And he sneezes a lot. When he sneezes, boogers fly out his nose. I'm not even kidding. So he's got a runny nose. He's got some sort of like, he got it from like the place we adopted him, right? We got it from some stupid pet store. So he had like this feline, version of herpes or something. It's really common. It's actually super common. Like 70% of cats that you get from pet store have it. But a lot of cats won't manifest as anything. You won't really see it. They might have a little bit of sniffly nose or something. But my cat unfortunately has it pretty bad. That when he has these bouts of this thing, his nose gets really clogged and he sneezes. And when he sneezes, boogers fly out. It's disgusting. So you'll find like boogers stuck to the wall. It's really gross. And because of that, we don't let him on the furniture because we don't want him sneezing on the furniture. And so unfortunately, we do let one of the cats on the furniture. And because the other cat's really nice and he doesn't scratch the furniture. But I feel really bad because the one cat wants to get up on the furniture, but we don't let him. But then we let the other cat. So I'm like, this is so cruel. He's just looking at us like with daggers, like he wants to kill us. He's like, why do you let that cat up? Why do you let him up and not me? You know what I mean? So, and I told my wife, I said, this sucks. I mean, this cat's going to kill us in our sleep one day because,
Be careful.
it's going to kill us in our sleep. Oh, man. All right, so we should have 40 silk bandages, and here we go, 41. Yep. All right, what else can we sell? Let's get rid of this. We got 2 lean venison. Need that. Need all this. This is all buff food. The gooey spider legs for a quest. I'm actually not going to do this quest. Let's get rid of it. I'm not going to do it. All right. Let's go grind some raptors. Let's make some. We're going to try the raptor cave. It may be too difficult, but we're going to give it a go. Oh, before we do that, let's set our hearth here. That way, when we're completely full with eggs and shit, you just hearth right back. And if we wanted to, we could go to Stormwind, but I'm not going to do that just yet. What is this quest? Oh, that's different. We don't want to do that one. But innkeeper, make this in your home. Yeah, but it's like the cat wants to. I think the cat's mad at us, and so she keeps trying to run outside. At least she's trying to run away or something. She's like a pissed off like youth, And I told my wife, I said, look, the cat keeps trying to run out. I said, if the cat gets out and it gets lost, I said, it is what it is. I mean, I'll be upset. Obviously, I don't want to lose the cat, but if she's so hell bent on getting out of the house and running down the neighborhood, I'm not going to. It's not going to break my heart if she just disappears. I'll be sad, of course, but I'm like, hey, if you want to get out of the house that bad and run away from home, that's, you know what I mean? If you want to do that, go right ahead. I mean, I say that, but then if the cat did do that, I would miss the shit out of that little bugger. You know what I mean? I love that cat. I love all our animals. We have a dog and 3 cats, so I'm an animal lover. I love cats, I love dogs. I don't love spiders, though. Don't like spiders. I don't like them. If I see a spider, it's gonna die. But Little ones don't bother me. When they get bigger than like a quarter, then they start to bother me. Actually, bigger than a nickel. The spider's bigger than a nickel. I'm like, you're gonna die. I'm like, you're gonna die, bitch. We had a huge one in the backyard by our water hose. Like I went to like turn on the water hose, and he was like right down below the hose on the wall, and he was huge, like huge. I'm talking like silver dollar, bigger than a silver dollar. This big wolf-looking spider, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like, man, you're gonna die, and I squished the shit out of him. He was toast after I got done with him. Do not like spiders. It's so funny because like snakes don't bother me, scorpions don't bother me. I mean, I don't like scorpions, but they don't really like when I see a scorpion, I don't have any kind of fear. When I see snakes, I don't really have any fear, but when I see a big spider coming at me, I'm like, shit. Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen those big spiders. Oh my god. Yeah, it's the golden orb spider. Oh my god. It's the largest spider found in Okinawa. How big is it? Let's see. The golden orb weavers, the largest spider found in Okinawa. They can be found in parks, forests, and gardens. But thing is, they're not dangerous to humans. I don't think those things would attack you, would they? Right? Like certain spiders, like the really really big spiders, a lot of times aren't that dangerous. The golden orb spider, yeah, it's about the size of your hand, at least according to this image, right? See, like these. So here's one that's really big. But that guy's hand's probably behind it, like here. You know. But these, you know, are they dangerous though? See, look, often called, while they do possess venom that suited the prey, it's specifically designed for insects and not medically significant to people. So typically, really, really big spiders aren't usually. Yeah, no, I don't like spiders. But like the tarantulas and stuff, some of those they have a lot more deadly venom than like a golden orb spider and some of those. But oh man, I do. Let's get on a different topic, man. I do not like spiders, dude. Only thing that gives me the heebie-jeebies, man, is spiders. Like if I like wake up in the middle of the night and there's some big spider crawling on my arm, I'd probably scream like a girl. You know what I mean? If it was big, if it was like a big spider. But if it was like a snake, I might jump, but I wouldn't scream. I'd just be like, oh shit, it just startled me, you know. I did have a snake in the backyard who raised his tail up and shook it at me and then hissed at me. This was just like last week, and he was a big snake too. Not like huge, but he was probably like, you know, like I don't know, like 4 or 5 feet long, probably 4 feet long. And I just yelled at him. I said, "Bitch!" I said, "Don't you shake your tail at me!" I said, "I'll go get my hoe from the garage, and I will decapitate you." And I did. I went to go get the hoe out of the garage, and I was gonna take him out. And but when I got back, he'd already ran under the neighbor's house, or ran under their like, I don't know, their garage or something. I guess we can loot this because we'll just vendor it up here. We don't need bright. What we really need is we do need. What do we need? We need to get to the next zone. The next zone is going to be really good for us for alchemy. This zone here, we're at the Highlands, is fantastic for alchemy. But we're too low level. The mobs in that zone are between like 30 and 35, and the spiders and stuff. Fucking spiders, man. Don't like spiders. There's a shit ton of spiders in we're at the islands, and they will web you, and they can be dangerous. So we're gonna be careful. We're not gonna go up to that zone and farm herbs until we're maybe at least maybe 2 levels higher, probably. Sucks because it's gonna take me. I really need to grind out these next 2 levels. I don't know of a better way to do it. I mean, I'm sure there's some quests we could do, but I'm just gonna grind this shit out. We're gonna grind it out, baby. really don't. I shouldn't be picking up herbs because we're going to the raptor cave. So like filling my bag with herbs is like a really stupid idea right now. But it's so hard to like to not get these because I actually need them for alchemy. So, but I mean, honestly, it's kind of sucks that I'm filling up bags with herbs though. We need room to fill it up with eggs, raptor eggs, so we can make some money. Oh no, the scroll buffs are, dude, the scroll buffs are big. They're actually, I mean, I like when I JP when I have like those buffs up, like let's say I've got like stamina and like strength and agility and spirit up, I can feel it. Like when they fall off, I can feel my character get weaker. So they're actually very helpful. Very, very helpful. All right. Do we have any bruise weed? So we got this. Let's get rid of that. Hate having these herbs. We still have this old history book? Did I ever? I'm already on that quest. Sprouted frond. We can probably get rid of the sprouted frond. Let's get rid of the sprouted frond. I hate to, because it's such a small heal now. It's not really gonna. It's not gonna save us like it would at low level. It would have been a lot more useful. You don't need the mild spices. Yeah, I mean, and the scrolls are like the scrolls aren't as necessary in certain classes, but when you're doing hardcore on a class that's very squishy, like a warrior, for example, wearing leather armor, the scrolls can be really useful because you always want to have some sort of a armor and stamina buff up. Do I have any Briarthorn in my bag? I do. Let's go ahead and kill this. Let's go ahead and grab this Briarthorn, I guess. But you always want to have, those scrolls up. If you're like a squishy character, like if you're like a priest or I don't know, any class really, rogue, it's very useful. It's good for your pet too. If you're a hunter, you can like hit your pet with strength and agility and stamina and protection. Every little bit helps. Every little bit helps. Oh, it's super good, super useful on your pets, man. Super useful on your pets. I'm hungry. Is it hungry? Yeah, stamina. Give it protection, stamina, even spirit. Like it's like I said. I mean, all the buffs are useful. You know.
Lovely.
so our crit currently is 12%. That's not too bad. 12.12% crit. Yeah. I wouldn't have thought this guy would have been 28. This guy's 27. 27. Okay, cool.
Lovely.
Nice. The good thing about raptors is they don't run away. Like some mobs will run. They do call for help though, so you have to be careful with the call for help. But they don't typically run away. Look at all the herbs around here. Holy shit!
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Steel bloom, baby. We need that. I forgot that they have steel. There is steel bloom up here. Nice, 2 of them too. Sweet. They do. They probably do. If they do, it's not at a very high drop rate. The ones that I think drop the best are the ones in Dustwallow Marsh or Badlands. I wish I had a faster. If I had a faster Wainhand mace. I wonder if there's like, we got to do some research and see if there's like a quest or something we can do to get a better mace. And these raptors, worst about raptors is they hit really hard. I mean, you can see how much damage I'm taking. It's kind of insane how much damage raptors do. Let's try throwing the mace in for a little bit.
Lovely. Lovely.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
And the grind is so real. Oh, the grind, my friend. The grind. Just like, oh, man. I think I'm going to stay out. The cave's going to be a little bit too dangerous for me. Maybe at 32. Normally at 30, the cave would be super easy, but in leather armor, this is I don't think this is really smart to go into the cave.
Lovely.
Cave is best for consistent, for like non-stop pulls, though. A lot of herbs up here, actually. Kind of nice.
Lovely.
Probably should just do whatever quest we can do in Duskwood, but most of them we can't do. I mean, well, that's not true. I think we can do 2 or 3 of them, probably.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Oh, hey, what's up, Stout? How's it going, man?
Lovely.
You didn't know what your YouTube name was going to show up as.
You were screwed.
Yes, I am screwed. I'm squishier than squishy. We're just grinding some raptors. I need to make money. I want to see if I can get the big stick from Booty Bay, which costs about 5 gold from the vendor. But we need money. I don't have hardly any money. Got 1.2 gold. Shit. I also need more herbs, but really Arathi Highlands is going to be our go-to as soon as we get strong enough that I feel like safe enough to run around there and get all the herbs. He's a squishy. See if there's any herbs over here. I don't think there are. Don't really want to walk into the elites. Ah, Coca-Cola. You going to bed? Yeah, I can fish wreckages. I think my fishing's pretty high. Well, it's at 150. I need to get the fishing books. I need to go to Booty Bay, get the fishing book too. Yeah, we can fish wreckages. I mean, we'd have to go to probably Stone Talon Peak, fish there. The money would be okay, but the money here is going to be better. I mean, well, the fishing could be better, but really all just predicated on the fact that the wreckages are there, that there's not other people fishing there. Unfortunately, since a lot of the Elf Corps and Night Corps and Human Air guilds are self-found guilds, and they are all self-found guilds, a lot of those people are fishermen because it's a good way for them to get upgrades and get money. So it's not an easy server to fish on, to be honest. During the day, like 2, 3 in the morning, it's going to be a little bit easier. Wetlands Wreckage is in my opinion worse than Stone Talon because it's a longer path. The path up and down here is a lot longer, and I don't really see it as any. I think it's worse than Stone Talon, to be honest. In Stone Talon, you can go here along the water, and then you can do the Murkfallen Lake. Both these spots have tons of nodes, and I think it's better. I just think there's less people that fish it. Well, there used to be, but it's just bad. Right now, there's so many self-found. I'm self-found. I mean, I'm fucking self-found because I was in Elf Corps too. And so it kind of sucks, man. Yeah, fishing's good. I mean, like I said, we fish at like between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. We could probably get some good fishing pools. But really, just the raptors are decent. We can cook up the eggs here, and we can get like 60 silver a stack. So,
You were screwed.
Get out how, let's see, we got 8 seconds. No, you just reset it anyway. How am I in combat? Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Stout. No, I appreciate it. Thanks for the invite. Yeah, it was weird because I was already like the challenge I was doing. I called the Wanderer challenge. So if you look at like the stream description, I was already leveling Self-Found with this kind of challenge of saying, hey, I can only use like a robe. I can only use leather armor in my other slots, right? And then, you know, and I'm Self-Found. I have to have a bow, and I don't know. There was, I was already kind of doing, and I was already doing like protection. Like I was just gonna, I'm already done with my Arms and Fury trees. Like my talents in Arms and Fury are done, and now all my talents are going into protection. And at 60, we're gonna do it different at 60 because I was talking to the guild leader in our guild yesterday, and he's funny. He's like, I would prefer that you go protection, and I'm like, I am going protection. I mean, so if I actually mocked it up, I still have it open, right? No, I don't. I guess I closed it. Shit, I thought I still had it open. Hold on a second. I guess I don't. But yeah, I was definitely going to be going into like a protection build. God, I wish I could get the Warden staff. That would just be like RNGesus smiling on us big time if we got the Warden staff. But at 60, I came up with one build that I think could be interesting, and it would be basically this. This would be a 60 kind of like support build, right? And this would be it. So what we get with this build at 60 is when I do groups of people in the guild, I've got booming voice, I've got improved demo shout, and I've got improved battle shout. So I can basically debuff the enemy. I can buff everybody in the group with improved battle shout, and then I've just basically got tactical mastery and anger management, so I can keep my rage up in between pulls. That way, I have plenty of rage to basically keep my buffs and debuffs up, and then I have plenty of defensive talents to, maybe add in some concussive blows. I've got shield wall. I've got improved bash to silence enemies. I've got disarm. And basically, we're just going to be like a support, like some sort of a weird, bizarre support class that tries to, hold on a second, that tries to basically just help out, like I'm not going to do a ton of damage. We'll be hitting people with a staff, right? But then if the groups need me to like off tank a little bit or pull threat, I can do that, So I don't know. It's going to be weird. It's definitely going to be a weird build. I don't know how useful it'll be or how good it'll be for like a party, to be honest. I'm not really sure. So it's very interesting. Very interesting. So it's going to have to be a lot of testing and theory testing and playing around with it, and may have to tweak it, do some different things. Not sure yet, but we'll muck around with it. We'll figure out something. Figure out something. These damn raptors hit so hard, man.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. Lovely.
I'm hungry. I have to order something to eat, I think.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
See that? I want to kiss my ass goodbye. Ah.
Lovely.
I don't know if Stout went to bed. Did you go to bed, Stout? He kind of disappeared.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I want to kiss my ass goodbye. Stop saying that. Keep dying every time I fight a raptor. They kick my ass. You didn't disappear. You're just probably doing something. Yeah, normally I farm the raptor cave at this level, but I'm just so bloody squishy. Kill one raptor and I'm like half health. It's ridiculous. Oh, yeah, you can't, if you're like linked something, you can't link anything in the YouTube stream chat, unfortunately. I don't know if you like tried to do a link. Yeah, you'd have to link it in my actual Discord. Or you could link it in, the guild Discord. I mean, here's my Discord. But you could also link it in the guild Discord if you were trying to link something.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Stop missing. If I spam Demo Shout Thunders, spam Thunderclap, Demo Shout Thunders, you would be every raid leader's favorite. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I can certainly do Thunders. We could do Thunderclap and Demo Shout and all that stuff. I mean, we could even rebuild this spec. Did I close it? Man, I thought I did. Son of a bitch. Did I close that window? I guess I did. Shit. We could even do, here, let me pull this over to my other screen. And we could do a build where we go into improved. I just never, to me, improved Thunderclap is kind of crappy. Let me see what it would work. And we could also go improved Sunder. So if we went with something like this, we could get improved Sunder, improved Battle Shout, improved Demo Shout, and improved Thunderclap. And it would be a little bit easier to actually spam anything that I want. If I want to do Demo, I want to do Thunder, if I want to spam, Sunders. I mean, all of, basically, the only thing I'm giving up to grab improved Thunder and improved Sunder is I'm giving up, like, maybe, yeah, I mean, this is actually easy to get, because I don't really mind giving up improved Disarm or toughness, because I really don't need either, to be honest. And toughness sucks because I got leather armor anyway. So, but I would have to give up some points into Tactical Mastery and Anger Management to get improved Thunderclap. But, I mean, we could do that right here. If we really wanted to make it easy. The only problem is... Yeah, the buffs only work the fight with the party. Yeah, the only problem with is that getting rid of the tactical mastery and the anger management is between pulls, our rage is going to decay so fast we might lose all of our rage. So if we keep tactical mastery and don't get thunderclap, we might be able to have a lot more rage in between pulls. But it just really depends on if the person running the party is pulling fast enough. Yeah, I can also make rage pots. The problem with rage pots in hardcore is you pop a rage pot and then your healing potion's on cooldown. So you're kind of setting yourself up for you could be setting yourself up for a difficult situation if you need to health pot. Of course, you could also say, well, it's the healer's job to heal me, but
Lovely.
you know better just as well as I do. That doesn't always work, right? But yeah, we can certainly do craft rage pots. That's true. You're right. I didn't think about that. We do have a lot of healers. But yeah, we could, yeah, for sure. We could just focus on sundering. And the problem is if I am sundering and doing all those debuffs, I'm probably going to pull threats. Especially since our tanks are probably going to be protection paladins. You know what I mean?
You can kiss your ass.
So I may be like a paladin's worst nightmare. But I'm smart. I've got my threat meter. Of course, they would have to have classic threat meter too, though, for it to show them, I think. But I'm smart enough to know to let, oh yeah, if they give me blessing, if they give me salvation, right? Yeah, as long as they salve me, it should be okay. Yeah, and with all the paladins, we probably have tons. I probably could get salve in, like,
You can kiss your ass.
and kings. Probably what I would prefer would be either salve and kings, or I would prefer salve and kings. If there were like multiple paladins in the group, I would want salvation and kings. That would be my preference. My health pool is not going to be great because I don't have the best. I mean, it'll be okay, I guess. We'll see. JP! Salvation. Salvation. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on how many paladins we have. I mean, to be honest, I could be in a group like I could be in a group. It'd be like 4 paladins and a warrior. I mean, I could see the group being something like that, like 4 paladins and a warrior, or 3 paladins, a priest, and a warrior. what a crazy group that's gonna be, right? So I'm gonna have all these great paladin buffs, Yeah, the group makeups are going to be really fun, actually. It was funny because I was invited into a season discovery event, and the season discovery event, I don't know if I'm still in that guild. I am, and it's actually called the Light. See this guild, and I don't know if your guild leader got the idea from this. Let's see, but this guild called the Light was started on the season discovery fresh just recently, like 3 weeks ago or something, right? Let's see, where's the rules? They have I don't see. Here we go. No. I was going to show you. They actually had all kinds of stuff set up for their event. Let's see. Would have been before the Guild Wars 3 announcement. Here it is. Right? So this was a community event that started in Season Discovery, and this was just like, you can see this post was 6/2. So like, you know, a little bit more than 3 weeks ago. But look, a community in Season Discovery where we welcome paladins and priests. We journey together from level 1 and beyond. So this was a paladin priest only guild. So I'm thinking that most likely, I'm thinking that, is he a lore nut? I'm thinking that maybe he got the idea from that other event. I don't know. It's just weird because this is the second guild in a span of 4 weeks that I was invited into that's a paladin priest only guild. So just kind of interesting. So interesting. Yeah, he definitely was kind of a lore because he was talking about like a warrior not having mail armor because in Darnassus there's no armor. There's no blacksmith in Darnassus, so maybe night elves shun blacksmithing. And well, that's not true because some of the warrior quests are to craft weapons, right? And also there's a blacksmith trainer in Darkshore. So I'm like, that's not really true. but he definitely was trying to, you know, refer to like lore, you know. The worst part about this challenge, it's your light that we gravitate. Thanks you, JP. JP is my first ever like subscriber. My first ever, what do you call it? Member. JP is the first ever member on my channel, my YouTube channel. JP is the man. The hard part about this stout is that I can't dual wield because I either use I have 2 weapon sets. One weapon set is staff. The other weapon set is mace and shield. So I can't like dual wield. I can't have like sword and mace or dagger sword. You know what I mean? And typically, that's going to be your highest DPS, at least at this level, is to be dual wielding weapons. You know? So I'm stuck killing with the staff because that's my highest DPS right now. Yeah, well we can't because no, I think the way it is, we're supposed to be using. Now we could do mace and base, but I don't know if that's allowed. Is that allowed? Hey, Stout, is that allowed? I don't know if that's allowed. I should ask the guild leader. Can I do dual wield mace and mace, or do I have to just? Or if I have a mace equipped, do I have to have a shield equipped? So. I mean, you don't think it's like? Well, think about it. What's wrong with it? It would be a battle. He says it's a cleric. What's wrong with a battle cleric? Come on now. He said think of it as like a cleric. Like a monk or a cleric. I'm like, there's battle clerics, because he even referenced Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm a huge D&D fan. And I said, well, there's like battle clerics in D&D, right? But yeah, it's not a big deal, one way or the other. I don't really. It'd be cool though. It'd be cool to be dual wielding 2 maces. I'm not gonna lie, that would be kind of fun. I just don't like 2-hand weapons because they're slow. I don't like 2-hand weapon combat because, you know, waiting like 3 seconds to swing, it just annoys me. I like fast combat, so, you know. Yeah, we could do fist weapons too. Yeah, but let me ask the guild leader. Let's see. Where was I asking him? I thought I had a private message with him, but I'm not seeing it. Oh, there it is. Just out of curiosity, could I dual wield maces or fist weapons? I just asked the guild leader, could I dual wield maces or fist weapons, just out of curiosity. Oh, you see, all right. No, thanks for getting me into the guild. I'm excited to be here. I think it's a cool. I like the. I feel a little bit weird that I'm the only warrior in the guild. I mean, it's really cool, but I don't want people to like be like, we don't want this guy in the guild because we're not supposed to have warriors. So that feels a little odd. But yeah, get some sleep, man. I'll talk to you later.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Get more food. We're not getting. Oh no, we got 11 eggs. We gotta kill, man. We gotta kill. Gotta keep killing. We're gonna be killing here for a while. You'll be on in 7 hours? Alright, I'll see you then, man. I'm sure I'll probably be around, probably.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
There's fist weapons in Scarlet Monastery? There's fist weapons in Scarlet Monastery? I can get the fist weapons from the vendor in Ironforge, but I believe... I don't know if they have level 30 fist weapons. I know they have level 20. So we could definitely dual wield level 20 weapons, which probably wouldn't be as much damage as this staff, though. Because they're level 20. I don't think they have level 30. Gray items? What do you mean? Which ones are the gray items? The ones in Scarlet Monastery? I'm not sure which one you're talking about,
Kiss your
JP.
ass goodbye.
The ones from Scarlet Monastery are level 30? We'll have to wait and see what the guild leader... he's probably not going to allow it. Let's see. Scarlet... I just did a search. There's the Bloody Brass Knuckles. It drops from Interrogator Vishas in the Graveyard Wing. And they are... Oh, that's Season of Discovery, though. Hold on a second. That's Season of Discovery Phase 2. We don't want Season of Discovery. Okay, he does drop the Bloody Brass Knuckles. But I'm still not sure if it is 52% chance. That's a really high percentage chance. 16.56. Yeah, these would be really good if I dual wielded these. Yeah, that would be pretty decent. Yeah, that'd be pretty decent. But that's right in the beginning, right? Right when you first go into the graveyard one, and you go into the left, and he's that interrogator on the right corner who's got like near the bodies on those little flat tables. I mean, I'm assuming that's who that is. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, if the guild leader says I can, use them, then yeah, maybe we'll try to get them. I mean, at Graveyard we could do what, at like level 34 or something?
Lovely.
It's all good, JP. There's always something to do in Classic WoW. That's why people still play it. You can always come up with something, right?
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah. This grind's gonna take forever. I think,
Lovely.
do I have any brew? I don't think I have any bruise weed. I'm gonna loot this because I'm sick of it showing up on my mini map.
Lovely.
Full raptor eggs. You heading out? You gonna log on and get some? All right, man. I'll see you, JP. Have a good day, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna grind.
Goodbye.
I might have to take a break, get something to eat. I'm pretty hungry.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
Black Fathom Depths. Solid stab, bit the dust. Yeah, we haven't gotten any good loot really. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna take a break. I haven't eaten anything really. I'm kind of hungry. We're just gonna keep grinding. This is probably not gonna be the most fun stream to watch, so I'm gonna keep grinding this out. I don't know when we're gonna get into our first group. Hopefully when we get to like level 40. See.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Idea. They're gonna kick me out of the guild, it looks like. Alright, looks like I'm getting kicked out of the guild. I had a lengthy chat with my officer core and we made a decision. We're going to keep the guild paladin priest for now. As much as I want to see a holy monk warrior, we didn't want the slippery slope of hunters pretending to be priests throughout the classes, and it's not fair to players. We did, however, decide to make a sister guild to fit classes like yours, but no one else has the time between leveling and helping me run this guild, or has additional INR stuff to commit to first, but we are available to help start. If you want to start a sister guild of mostly holy monk-related specs that aren't paladin priests, let us know. We can log on to sign the charter. You're more than welcome to stick around and Discord and ask for advice on holy monk style builds. More niche living builds are needed in classic WoW. So they're gonna kick me out. Yeah, they want me to create like a guild, like a sister guild. I don't know what I would call it though. What would we call it? Mostly holy monk related specs that aren't paladin priests. I don't really want to be like a hunter, because I think as much as I want to see holy monk warrior, we didn't want the slippery slope of hunters pretending to be priests or other classes. What would we call? Oh, okay, go. So we're gonna have to create our own guild, apparently. It will be supported, I guess, by this this guild. You know what I mean? Okay. So I had to leave the guild. Thanks. So
Lovely.
we got to come up with a name for a monkish guild, which are based. I'm just gonna say it's warrior monks. I'm gonna say the only people who can be in the guild are basically warrior monks. There's, to me, like, there's no other class that could really play monk. I mean, you could do a hunter monk, I guess, but I don't like the idea that they could have pets, because I don't think a monk would have a pet. That seems weird to me. Unless you know, I don't know. That just seems kind of odd to me. So I don't know. Kind of sucks. I was looking forward to playing with these guys, so that's a big bummer, to be honest. I'm pretty disappointed. Because it would have been really cool to be doing groups with, like, paladins and priests, you know? But I can see from the guild leader's point of view that it kind of corrupts the idea that they had. The idea was priest paladin, so that bringing in any other class kind of feels like a corruption. Yeah, game over. It feels kind of like a corruption of, you know, the idea they were trying to do, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Okay, I don't... Alright, so... Alright, so I'm thinking about... I need a guild name in Classic WoW that is comprised of only warrior monks. They can only use staves, And for fist weapons, or mace plus mace. I'm gonna actually mace plus mace / shield combo. I just need a good RP name for the guild that represents this holy monk order. Please give me a 40 guild names that are no longer. I don't know what's the longest. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do fist weapons. Fist weapons doesn't feel like a monk. I guess if they're brass knuckles. It's not going to be Fist of Fury. You know me, I like to do stuff that's a little bit more RP. There's the Iron Suit, Order of the Sacred Palm, the Gilded Staff, Brotherhood of the Quiet, the Hallowed Cudgel, Keepers of the Stoneway, the Vigilant Hand, Sons of the Temple Bell. These are all stupid names. The Blessed, no, these are all dumb. Yeah, I don't like any of these names. I'll think about it. No, I don't want it to be something in reference to combat. I want it to be more in reference to like a holy order of monks. So not so much revolving around combat. So I was thinking of something like the order of,
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I don't know, what does monk represent? I mean, what is a monk? Let's get some more adjectives and descriptions of traditional monks in fantasy. I don't like those names. I don't like those names. Those names I don't want to play off of weapons or combat. Can you give me a description of what it means to be a holy monk, or what monks could represent then historically times? I think Mace should be doable. I think we'll just call that like the battle cleric, right? Holy monk order does not need to define itself by violence or by its weapons. The martial element can be simply the discipline that supports its spiritual life. All right. Historically, especially in medieval Christian Europe, monks were often understood as people who had stepped away from ordinary ambition, wealth, family, advancement, political status, to live under a shared rule of humility, prayer, study, service, and obedience. Monasteries existed where there were places of worship, learning, hospitality, healing, farming, almsgiving, and copying manuscript. Their identity was less warriors of faith and more keepers of peace. In RP Guild, your holy warrior monks could represent humility, discipline, vigil, hospitality, prayer, and work. Instead of names about fists, stabs, maces, the guild could be named after what they guard, preserve, practice, or embody: peace, mercy, dawn, bells, lamps, pilgrimage, sanctuary. Actually, sanctuary is not a bad name. Just call the guild sanctuary. You know what I mean? Actually, you could say the sanctuary or the sanctuary. I don't know. It's okay. It's not great. Sanctuary, names that direction, like the Order of the Quiet Way, Brotherhood of the Open Door, the Keepers of the First Light. Keepers. Well, what's this guild? This guild was called. We could be Keepers. Covenant of Sacred Rest, the Pilgrims of the Last Bell. I liked Sanctuary. I liked Sanctuary or Covenant, or Keepers. Can we come up with names that play off of these words? Silent Covenant, the Covenant of Grace, the Covenant of Dawn, the Covenant of the First Light, Silent Sanctuary of Dawn. I don't like these. Keepers of the Quiet Way, Keepers of no. These are no. Tarek TV, what's up, dude? How's it going? I'm not. All right, this guy's really Sanctuary of the Lonely, the Lonely Sanctuary. I think the Sanctuary is a good name. I mean, I don't really want to be like in charge of the guild, like because he's talking about doing events, like doing like the Z, because there's ZG fist weapons. You know what I mean? Um, what types of weapons and weapon combinations do the mobs inside Scarlet Monastery use? Also, I would like to play off of these monks as being similar to the Scarlet. What are they called? The Scarlet? Or is it not the Scarlet Crusade? Is it the Scarlet Crusade? Classic. WoW. Scarlet. Is it Crusade? Scarlet Crusade is a despicable. Okay, so it is Scarlet Crusade is the name of the organization. That's what I thought. So let me kill this stupid mob here. Let's see.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Let me. All right. So let's go back to here. Being switched to the Scarlet Crusade. Let's see what ChatGPT has. I say, what types of weapons and weapon combinations do the mobs inside the Scarlet Master use? Also, I would like to play off of these monks as being similar to Scarlet Crusade. Let's see. What are we coming up with here? Then we're gonna do the same thing in Cloud. Let me copy this. Classic WoW. Let's do a new chat. Let's make it incognito. In World of Warcraft Classic, I want to create a guild of warrior monks. The theme plays off of the Scarlet Crusade enemies. I need to figure out what types of weapons may thematically fit within this lore, within the WoW universe. Okay, so we got a couple different AI chats going. Within the Scarlet Monastery, the most monk-like and religious Scarlet enemies use staves. Copy. So, bare hands unarmed. The actual Scarlet Monks fight with kicks and rapid strikes. Staves. Scarlet Adepts, Diviners, Conjurers fight with staves. One-headed maces. Very fitting for cleric, since mace has traditional holy warrior priest feel. Mace and shield. So, they don't really do dual maces. Would using dual maces fit the Scarlet theme or not? And ChatGPT says, Barad wears a massive two-handed axe. Scarlet Defenders use sword and shield. Scarlet Guardsmen's polearms. Scarlet Myrmidons dual swords. Scarlet Protector mace and shield. Scarlet Trainee bear mace. Conjurer staves. Scarlet Monk unarmed. Scarlet Champion two-hand hammer. So two-handed maces, healing spells. Okay. Mace and wooden shield. Axe and bow. Dual daggers. Sword and shield. Let's see. Yes, I don't know. I mean, the Sanctuary, like, we also have to come with a Guild Tower that would look good. You know what I mean? You know, we'd have to come with a Guild Tower that actually would look good for... I don't know. I got to think about it. I'm just kind of disappointed that they kicked me out of... Well, they didn't really kick me out of the guild, but they decided that they didn't want warriors in their guild. That kind of disappoints me, but I get why they're doing it, but I don't know, so whatever.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, but that he's kind of against the dual mace, which I think the dual mace would be really cool. Plus, it would just, I don't know. I think the dual mace would be really cool, but there's no example, unfortunately. He said, think of the monks as kind of similar to like the Scarlet Monastery, right? Like the Scarlet Monastery has a lot of monks and stuff, but you can't. The problem is you can't do dual fists because it just sucks. You know, the damage would be terrible, right? So that would be no fun. No one's gonna want to play a monk if they're just dual fisting, you know. Well, you know, that sounded bad, but you know what I mean. If they're just punching people in the face.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
But we need money, man. And I mean, we need money fast. So. Yeah, I like...
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I mean, well, swords, wield. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this character. And both group. Hmm. Hey, what's up, boss day? Yeah, I probably so I got removed from the guild because the guild leader is the one who said I could join the guild as a monk, but he didn't consult with his officers, and his officers didn't want to corrupt their priest paladin guild with any other class, so they kind of voted me out. But they said if I want to create a sister guild to their guild, that's just probably like monk warriors, that I could do that, and that they would help me create the guild. And so I said, okay, kind of sucks, right? But I think I will create like a guild. I'm thinking of calling the guild the Sanctuary
Lovely.
and just have it be like, like warrior monks, basically. Um, yeah, so it kind of sucks though, because I was kind of looking forward to grouping with I was kind of forward to looking to a group that's like 4 paladins and a warrior. Can you imagine like level 60 going into a dungeon? And it's like a priest, 3 paladins, and a warrior. I thought that would have been a lot of fun, and we still can. I mean, I can still group with them at 60. I just can't be in the guild, right? What do you think about the guild name though, the Sanctuary?
You can kiss your
For a
ass
guild
goodbye.
of basically monks. I think the Sanctuary is a good name for a guild comprised of warrior monks, don't you think? It's good. He wants to do Lonely House Sanctuary. I'm just gonna go with Sanctuary. I need money though. My character is broke. Broke. 1.2 gold. Yeah, we're not looking good here.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I tell you what, Lost Ark is the only isometric game I ever actually did play and actually kind of like. I thought Lost Ark was a really good game, and I don't like isometric games, as you know. I hate them. So what made me quit playing Lost Ark was obviously the click to move and the isometric I hated. But what really made me quit was it had the pay to win aspect of, you got to a certain, I think it was energy, or there's some sort of resource like Arcage where you had to like, if you wanted to like farm more materials, like gather more materials, you know, Lazy Peon just released a video on a game like it releasing. You're saying there's a new game that just came out that's like Lost Ark? Yeah, there's been a couple isometric games that have come out recently, MMOs that have been released in the last couple of weeks. I think there's like 2 or 3 of them actually. I think Kanan covered a couple. I think MMO Byte covered a couple of them. So I'm probably pretty sure I'm aware of the game you're talking about if I see it. But yeah, the thing is, Lost Ark's combat was so good. Like the combat was really good. Like the animations. So if Lost Ark would have been a third-person camera, like a fully 3D game like World of Warcraft, I thought the combat would have been off the hook. I thought, yeah, that's one of the ones I've seen recently was Embers. I thought the combat would have been like totally off the hook. I thought it would have been amazing, especially for PvP. Like the abilities of the classes in Lost Ark were top notch, and the graphics and the sounds and the animations were top tier. But it just was click to move isometric and it had pay to win. So, but if it was fully 3D, it would have been the shit. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, dude. It's still isometric. Who cares that you can scroll in? You know what I mean? Cool. But we'll take a look. We'll take a look. But I can't really play isometrics. Like, you know what I mean? I just can't do it. I mean, as much as I try to,
Embers of the Uncrowned is genuinely rewarding to defeat. As for the combat and gameplay itself, it defaults to WASD. Wrap up this video. So after checking out the Embers of the Uncrowned demo, my first impressions so far are as follows. Things I liked. Despite initially seeming a bit clunky, I actually started to appreciate the combat and found it quite satisfying as I played more. The bosses overall were fun and engaging due to a combination of factors such as perfect dodgeable
wow, it looks just like Lost
having
Ark.
to stay focused for interrupts, and having some decent level of difficulty. The game has a surprisingly in-depth character creator, the outfit system seems decent, and I liked that I was getting cosmetics through gameplay. The audio-visual feedback from the combat was impactful and satisfying. I like that the game fully embraced the dark fantasy theme with some brutal, gory cutscenes. The cutscenes themselves were decent, and the voice acting was surprisingly solid too. And I like that the game has some account-wide progression systems to make it more alt-friendly, such as your house level and cosmetics carrying over to your alts. Things I disliked. The game definitely gives you ex-mobile game vibes. I think this is a combination of a few things, such as the UI, environmental textures, and the text style. Visually, I'd say the game probably looks about 7 years out of date. Whilst I did enjoy the combat overall, I wish there were more hotbar slots for more active abilities, because it just doesn't feel like there's enough. Whilst I think it's fine to only have a limited set of passives that you can equip at one time, I have to question, what's the point of showing your equipped passives constantly on the bottom hotbar? It's a waste of space, and the only reason I can think of is to make it seem like there's more abilities to press than there actually is, purely for marketing purposes. The movable camera can be annoying because when holding right click to rotate, it doesn't lock your cursor in position, and it's weird that you have more camera freedom in the multiplayer dungeons than you do in the open world.
Ooh, that would be annoying.
The game's progression because
that would be annoying when you right click to rotate the screen and your mouse cursor's still moving around. That would suck.
Formulaic and predictable very quickly. On numerous occasions, I felt like the hitboxes of the boss's AoE attacks were inaccurate. I was getting hit from some telegraphs that I was clearly not standing in multiple times, and it became annoying. And I found the
yeah, I mean, so the game looks like a Lost Ark ripoff, and again, it's just isometric. I can't play isometric. I played Lost Ark because the combat in Lost Ark was good. Like, it was like, for an isometric game, I just don't know how you could make a combat system much better than Lost Ark. Like, if you go to my channel and do, like, Lost Ark, I have lots of videos of me playing Lost Ark, right? I'll put it in the Discord. And the Guild Wars 2 thing of, like here I am on the Deathblade, right? See if we can get some actual combat. But it's isometric, and still you're clicking to move, which is really annoying. But the combat animations are so good. Like if you watch the actual animations, and there was where you could see, you talked about, like, you can actually zoom in. I mean, these animations are sick, right? They're really good. But the whole, like, having to, like, do, like, what I did there, like, to kind of walk in a circle just feels really stupid. And, it's just not the same. It's not when you're used to playing games, like, fully 3D, and really Terra, like, once I played Terra, I could never go back. Like, once I played Terra, it was like I could never play an isometric game after playing Terra because it just feels so good to have mouse look. Like, in Guild Wars 2, I have mouse look, Everyone tell you that, oh, you mean like for Lost Ark? Yeah, I thought the bosses in Lost Ark were really fun. I thought the boss fights were challenging and really fun. The thing with, but it was just, yeah, the pay to win and the bots, and then just the click to move really annoys me. Like, I don't like click to move, but the graphics, dude, the graphics were fantastic in Lost Ark. The other thing with Lost Ark I don't like is it's got that same kind of Final Fantasy, early Final Fantasy, like, where everything just feels like you can't walk in a straight line in Lost Ark without running into something within a few seconds. So it doesn't feel, it's not open world. It's got that Diablo Final Fantasy thing, early Final Fantasy, where the maps just feel like dungeons. You know what I mean? Like if I, you know, like, you know, like if you're in Lost Ark, the maps feel like this. There's always like this kind of, oh, you can go like, here's like what the map would look like, there's always like these paths, like, oh, so it's not open world. Like you walk, like oh, I can go this way, or there's like an area over here to do some stuff. I can leave this map going this way. I can leave this map going this way. I can leave this map going this way. But it's not. This is not open world. Like, and there's also stuff in the map. Like there's these little areas in the map like this that are completely blocked. You can't walk through these areas. And there's a lot of these. A lot of these. There's water, So like if you just walk into this map and start walking, you're going to within a few seconds run into something that prevents you from moving. So it's not open world at all. It's very instance, it feels almost like a dungeon, and yeah, Guild Wars 3 I hope doesn't go down this path, but I think Guild Wars 3 is going to be very open world. I don't think we're going to have that in Guild Wars 3 at all. I think you're wrong on that one. I think Guild Wars 3 is not going to be like this. I think what Guild Wars 3 is going to be like is I think it's going to be multi-layer. I think there's going to be a sky area that you can explore in. I think there's going to be the land, and then I think there's going to be an underground. So I think there's going to be multiple, and also underwater. I think there's going to be multiple areas, and I think Guild Wars 3 will be a good game. I just don't think it's going to be. I don't think the group size is going to be super big. I just don't think they're going to have big raids. I think Guild Wars 3 will be like kind of like Black Desert with smaller battles, basically, with graphics not as good and smaller battles, and it'll be like Chrono Odyssey or something. You know what I mean? It's probably gonna feel like Chrono Odyssey. It just has like the parkour shit. I'm not even sure how the parkour shit's gonna pan out. It might actually make the game worse. It might actually be a bad thing. I don't know. I'm concerned though. I'm definitely concerned about Guild Wars 3. But they seem so hyped about it and excited about it that maybe they seem so hyped and everything. So maybe I don't, maybe it will be great. I don't know. Maybe it'll be fantastic. Um, I guess only time will tell. But yeah, I don't know, man. I think Guild Wars 3. I was super excited for Guild Wars 3, but after the stuff I've heard about, now I'm tentatively excited. Like I don't know, I don't really know what Guild. The thing is, I know what Chrono Odyssey is going to be. I think I know what Chrono Odyssey is going to be, and I'm excited for Chrono Odyssey because I think Chrono Odyssey could be really fun. Not sure that I'm super excited about some of the changes they're making to the combat system. I'm really concerned that there's going to be some weird lock-on mechanics that I don't want. I'm also concerned the camera's going to have some sort of bullshit, Souls-like shit going on, because they changed it. It used to be in Chrono Odyssey. It used to be like this. If I have mouse look, so if I do this, my character turns. See. Now I'm kind of trying to mimic what mouse look looks like in like a action combat game like Terra. Mouse look, you rotate the mouse, the camera does this. But I'm concerned that I think they changed the camera, so it's not going to be like that anymore. It's going to be more like this, where you're turning, and the camera's going to turn, and you're going to have to manually turn your character to keep up with the camera. I don't know. They changed it. I think they freed the camera. It's not locked anymore. I don't believe it is, and I'm really concerned about that. Super concerned. In fact, it could be so bad it could completely ruin the game for me. I do not like. I liked the locked camera, you know, and they and everybody, you know, on the Steam update, I put a comment, and I think a lot of other people comment and said, hey, if you're going to do this and you're going to unlock the third-person camera, you need to have an option to lock it, you know, because the game, you know, you need to have the option for players to lock the camera. Because if you take the game that has a locked camera and all of a sudden now you changed it, there's a lot of people that don't like unlocked cameras, and I'm one of those people. I hate it. You know, I like games like Elden Ring, you know, games like Dark Souls. I don't like when I turn the camera that my character lags behind. Crimson Desert, same thing. Fucking same shit, man. If I turn left and right, the camera doesn't turn immediately with me. It delays. There's like a delay,
You can kiss your ass
you know,
goodbye.
which sucks, man. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Because it doesn't feel reactive. It feels sluggish. And so if they do that to Chrono Odyssey, it's going to ruin the game for me, which is going to be a big disappointment. Why did you not charge? What the fuck, man? I was trying to charge and my character wouldn't charge there, and I don't know why. Bastards.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
We've got a sword that we can't use. Probably better than my weapon. Actually, we can use it. We haven't created our guild yet, so... we haven't created our guild yet, boys! Let's see how this works. Once we create the guild, though, and join the guild, we can't use swords, so I'm going to take the advantage of... when I'm not in the guild yet, to be able to... This is such an awesome sword, too. I love this model on the one-hand sword because it's so big. It's such a big sword. It looks like badass, you know? You got this huge one-hand sword.
Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
See that?
Lovely. You were screwed.
All right. Fuck.
Lovely.
Well, I had to waste a healing potion there just to be safe. I don't think I was going to die, but I'm not going to take the chance that I'm going to die. Not going to take the chance. Probably have to vendor this damn sword anyway.
Lovely. Lovely. You can kiss your ass goodbye. Lovely.
Yeah, my weapon skill's so low with swords that I'm getting my ass kicked every time. Let's get out of here. I'm just bummed, dude. I was looking forward to leveling in this guild, and now that they kicked me out of the guild, or they, you know, because they don't want to have a warrior in their paladin priest guild. And I'm just kind of bummed out, dude. Let's go create our guild. We're gonna create the guild, the sanctuary, and fuck a bunch of people who don't want me to be in their guild.
Need help?
All right.
Farewell.
1 point of gold. How's Bitcoin doing? I haven't looked at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's been so bad lately, I just haven't even been watching it because it just hurts too much. It just literally hurts me to watch Bitcoin. Oh my god, it's down again. I say I don't even want to look at it, dude. Fucking 59,000, dude. What the fuck, man? I'm broke, we're all broke, dude. I'm broke, we're all broke. Shit. I'm broke, we're all broke. I'm like negative on PTO at work right now. Fucking negative, man. Negative. Like big time negative. Like holy shit, I'm 3 days negative. Oh, fuck me. Because and I had to take off for my wife's mom's seizure the other day. This is ridiculous. It's gonna take me what? I don't know. I don't know what to do, man. This is bullshit. And my mom's sick too. And my mom's sick too, Valstay. Like really sick. My mom's 90 years old and she's not doing well. So I don't think I'm ever gonna get out of negative PTO. Between my wife being sick, her mom being sick, my mom being sick, it's like I'm constantly taking days off to go, you know, for all these sick people. I don't have the time. I don't have the PTO. I guess I could do like what do they call it? Like family leave or something, or medical leave. I don't know, FMLA. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do FMLA. I'll probably have to. Maybe I'll have. I don't know. I don't know, dude. And part of it's my fault because I took a couple days off this year. Because I was just mentally like I needed a break. You know, all the stress of all this, my wife being so sick and being in the emergency room so many times, and I took a couple days off, so I wouldn't be 3 days negative right now if it wasn't that. I'd just be 1 day negative, but I needed those days. I needed the mental break, you know. I was just under so much stress. I don't know. My boss used to be nice. Sometimes when I was dealing with like a lot of sickness, he'd be nice and be like, "Ah, don't worry about it. You don't have to put in PTO." But he ain't doing that anymore. So I guess he hates me now. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. Anyways, sorry. I don't like to talk about that when I'm streaming, but it is the reality of life right now. Things aren't great, unfortunately. My wife's at her mom's today because her mom, after her mom had that seizure, my wife's been kind of trying to help her out, make sure she's okay. She should be back, I don't know, probably tomorrow or Tuesday. Yeah, I mean, things would be. I'd feel a little bit better if the Bitcoin was back up for 120,000. But honestly, no matter what happens, if I were to like lose my job or something, I'm fucked, dude. I'm so fucked. You know. Well, just because, it would suck, dude. Anyways, let's create this guild, and then I can take a break, get myself something to eat. So we're gonna call it the Sanctuary. We need a guild. We need to get a tabard that kind of goes with this monk sanctuary vibe. I'm not really sure what kind of tabard I would create for that vibe. There's usually, my favorite colors for tabards are, black, blue, white. I mean, since it's a sanctuary, I don't know. Let's take a look.
Something specific?
I don't know what icon we'd use for the sanctuary. I don't know if there's like a monastery or a building. Probably not. What am I eating? Well, hey, Frey, what's up? No, I haven't eaten anything yet. I don't know what I'm going to eat. I got to eat something. I'm probably going to make tacos. I got some hamburger meat in the fridge I should probably cook up, so I'll probably make tacos. I mean, if we use... This is the guild, the icon they have for the guild, the main guild. Holy shit, it costs 10 gold? Okay, well, I can create the guild without creating the tabard. The tabard costs 10 gold. Holy fuck. Sanctuary. Well, I mean, really, even though I don't think the monk is a very cool looking icon, I mean, it does kind of make sense for the sanctuary. I just don't like the icon that much. Yeah, it looks like crap. We could go with the same icon that the main guild has. Or we could go with the candle. No, the candle looks like a freaking dildo. Honestly, it looks like a dildo. Or something. Just give me a break. Sanctuary. It does. It looks like a fucking dildo, man. It is definitely suspect. I agree. Look at the Murloc, dude. Here at the sanctuary, we need like the flagellation whips. I don't know if anybody would get this if I went with these, because these you know what these are? These are those whips that, like, remember in the movie, like the Da Vinci Code? Remember when that albino priest was like whipping himself in the back? These are what he was using. He was using these. These have like barbed metal tips on the end to like tear through your skin, you know? So, well, I think this is kind of cool for like the sanct. I don't know what it is, but it kind of elicits in my mind sanctuary. But yeah, we need something that it's the sanctuary. The guild's called the sanctuary, so I mean, we could go with something like a symbol like this. I don't know what this really is, but kind of makes me think of some sort of sanctuary, doesn't it? Maybe. I mean, if we went with border, I always go with the invisible border. This. There you get, but then the sanctuary though would be white probably, right? Yeah, it was Silas. Remember Silas? But it was those whips. And we are the monk order, so maybe they would be doing self-flagellation. So I mean, honestly, you could use that icon, but nobody would get it. Like, I mean, honestly, this icon here could be the sanctuary. You know what I mean? Because you'd be monks, like they commit sins, they're like punishing themselves. You know? Yeah, I thought that the icon was kind of cool. I mean, I think this is kind of a neat, like some sort of like holy rune or something. I don't know. I mean, we'll look, but I don't think there's really aren't very many icons that go with like the sanctuary. I mean, there's this one, but I don't like. None of these work. The one that was like the monk, kind of the monk-looking head, but it just looks crappy on the guild tabard. It's too distorted. There's the chalice, which I don't really care for. There's this one, but we can't use daggers, so that doesn't make any sense. There's another candle. I don't really care for that one either. There's the keyhole. Now, this could be the sanctuary. I mean, honestly, the sanctuary could be like a... Yeah, I think white. Yeah, I was going to go white background too. Yeah, I was going to switch it to white. But you could go with the keyhole. I mean, I don't know what that would represent, though. The sanctuary could be like a... What do you think? What if you went with the white? Nah, let's go back to the... Let's see. Another sus one? What's this? This is an actual key, right? But it just looks stupid. It's a terrible icon. Like Gondor? Yeah, but that doesn't... No, the sanctuary... I mean, it maybe... I think I like the symbol. We'll take a look at the tree. The acorn. I think the torch could work. You know? But a torch doesn't look that good on a white background. You know what I mean? Doesn't look that good on a white background. The other background color you could do for the sanctuary would be... What's the Scarlet Monastery? Scarlet Monastery is red. You could do, like, kind of go with, like, a Scarlet Monastery look. You know? Of course, when I get this effect on me, I can't see it. You could go, like, red. I mean, you could do something like that with, like, the red torch. I don't know. You know, something like this. But does that make you think of the sanctuary? Not really. It really doesn't. You know? I thought you could go with just the Holy Cross, right? You could just go with a cross, right? If you really wanted to be kind of religious. And then go with the white, right? Order of the Sus. I don't know. This is the main guild. It has this icon on it, but I don't want it to be the exact same. There's the tree. No, you're not gonna use the pine tree. Here was the yeah. Yeah, it's not the best cross, unfortunately. See, like the monk's head kind of, because it's the order of, it's basically the monk order. You know, they're all like warrior monks that are in the sanctuary. So you could almost go with this head, but because it looks like a monk, but on the tabard it looks like garbage. It just looks like shit. So I don't like it. It's a weird symbol. We got the dildo, the murloc. And we got this one. Doesn't really show up. It's kind of a little distorted. It's kind of it's an unusual icon. You think the flower or rose one would be perfect? Flower? I didn't even see a flower. These are... I mean, these are like... I didn't really want to go with the flower or rose. I kind of like the other symbol better. Where was the flower rose? The wings? What are the wings going to represent? It's the sanctuary. What does wings have to do with the sanctuary? Here's your damn tree, right? Here's your black tree. Oh, it would have been really cool. Would have been like a. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I definitely don't like the tree. There's the cross. I mean, the cross might be the best option. Yeah. Yeah, most of the animals. I think the cross might be. I hate to go with the cross, but there just aren't very many good ones, you know. I mean, if we had the Ankh symbol, then I'd feel like we'd be doing Logan's Run, man. There's this tabard. Should be. I don't know. I don't even know what this is supposed to represent. This is what the main guild is. The guild Tyr's hand is. I don't even know what this is supposed to represent. Like, what the hell is this? You know? Yeah, gray. Yeah, I like white because it icon color. Is that what that is? A staff glowing? I didn't know what that was. What is it supposed to be? Is that what it's supposed to be? So so my guild's going to be the sister guild to the Fists of Tyr. And if you look at the Fist of Tyr, this is the tabard of the Fist of Tyr. It's this kind of like faded orange on gray. So not a fan of the tabard, but that's the Fists of Tyr tabard. So if we could go with a similar tabard. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And the guild guy would probably like that. If we just went with the same, I think we just crashed the client. If we went with the same kind of tabard symbol, but just kind of slightly different color variations. Right? Whoa. So let me kind of freak the client out. That always happens when I drag over when I drag over Chrome on there. Alright, so I gotta find that damn thing again. Yeah, I think that might be the safe bet. We'll just pick the same symbol. Try to make it look better. Actually, white's kind of cool. That's kind of cool looking. A little bit. I don't know. If we went with white. We could also go with the gold. That looks, it's more vibrant. Yeah. We could go with something like this. Or if we wanted to really make it stand out, we could just go with the black. We just could go with the black. But I don't like that. I personally don't like the black. I kind of liked the... kind of like just the gray. Actually, I kind of liked the white one. Believe it or not, I kind of liked the white. I kind of liked the white. It's kind of very subtle. It's like a subtle. Hmm. I don't know. We could also go with a completely different color combination. If we went, the other color combination I like to use is... we could go with a really crazy tabard, like a gold tabard. You could do something like that. You could also go with a blue tabard. This one here. Then go with a... something like that. You know, if you want to go with like a blue one. But it doesn't feel like the sanctuary, does it? Or we could just go away from this and go back to the other icon I was thinking about, which was just this symbol. It's coming up, I think, hopefully. There. Symbol. You think the black on gray looks sick? So you liked... holy fuck, where is it? So you liked the black on gray? Did you mean the black border? Like this one? Was that the one you liked? This one here? Because I mean, I think this one looks kind of cool. I think that one looks pretty good. Oh, the turquoise and white looks Zelda. Here's the gray, right? Here's black, and then there's just various layers, and then there was the border color of the, oops, sorry, the icon color. I don't know. I don't like this. I think this looks like shit. Black symbol. You say black symbol on light gray tabard. Yeah, let's go to the. Well, I mean, here's the white tabard. I mean, when you have that much black, the gray tabard doesn't really look that good. Like, see, I don't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that looks very good. I don't think this looks very good. I just don't like. I don't like that symbol. To be honest, I'm not a fan of the symbol. But I do think it makes sense to pick a symbol that matches the other guild. I actually liked the white one better. I liked this one better. And then when you go with like a dark like this, you know, like this, I thought that looked kind of cool. I don't know. Plus, I think black. I mean, the thing is, it's supposed to be the sanctuary. You know, and when you think of the sanctuary, what colors do you think of? I think of like green. You know. You know, if monks are in a sanctuary, there's going to be like, you know, like tended gardens and, you know, like, you know what I mean? They're monks, man. They're in there like tending the gardens, the flowers. I'm thinking green and blue almost. But I'm a fan of black and white tabards. Oh, I always think too deep, dude. If you don't know my personality, I'm way deep into shit, right? I can never make. I go way down into the weeds, man, on everything. What if we did go with like a green? Like something like this. Nah. We could, I mean, this actually looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Let's change that border color, but. The green actually looks pretty good. And it keeps the color, it keeps the same icon of the guild, right? I mean, I think that looks pretty nice, don't you think? What do you think about that one, Frey? I think that one looks pretty good. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. You think minimalistic and humble living? Yeah. It just looked kind of bland. The gray and white, I like it, but it looked a little bland. You know, it just looked a little bland. But yeah, minimalistic, that makes sense. I agree with you there. Yeah, I can see that. Let's go back to the... You're saying gray and white, right? I can get on board with the gray and white. Blue looks sick, though. I love this blue color. Actually, that blue color right there is kind of interesting. It's like a blue-gray. The true monks were nothing but their birthday suit. That's Strafe. You always got the jokes, man. The jokes. So I think you were thinking of like this, right? It just feels bland. The only problem I have with this tabard, it feels very bland. Like just too bland. You know what I mean? This just feels so bland to me. Now, if we went with the black, I think you said black initially, right? And if you went with like that, but it just feels so bland. It doesn't look bad. I would go with the white, honestly, if I did that, but... Mist of Pandaria type monks? Which one? Which one's fitting? The green one or the white one? I just wish we had a better icon. You know what I mean? I wish we had a better icon for the sanctuary. Green with white icon. Sea green with white. I liked the green. I'm not gonna lie. I thought the green looked pretty good. Yeah. Like this one here. Ooh. And then the only question now is, what do we want the border? Do we want the border to be green like this? Or do we want the border to be a lighter color like that? Or do we want it to do it, the border to basically disappear into the tabard like that? Which I'm actually a big fan of this border. I always think that looks kind of cool. So I like this one. If I didn't do this one, I would do... You could do that. Like this. What do you think? No. And this is the white, right? That's the white icon? Yeah. Because there's the gold. You like the white better than the gold, right? Yeah. White and gray is vanilla unarmed order of the fighter. Yeah, yeah. No, the white and gray was okay. It just felt a little too bland. Anyways, I think this is what I'm going to use right here. This one. And then we're going to go ahead and create the guild.
Light bless you.
Greetings.
God, make sure I spell sanctuary right. I'm sure I can't. Sanctuary, right? Yeah. I always like freak out when I create a guild. I'm like, what if I spell it wrong? Sanctuary.
Be careful.
Well, you have to. Well, you have a. I mean, you have a border. So, I mean, you always have a border on your tabard. It's just what color you... Are you saying that you always make the color match the tabard's color? The main... You make this color match the border? I do that a lot, where I make the colors match. Which is what I was doing. I mean, you have to put a border. It's got a border. You can't take the border off, so they always have a border. Or are you just saying you use the straight border like this, where it's just like a flat color? Now, let me tell the guy... yeah... Let me tell this guy in Discord. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm in Stormwind. Needs signatures for the guild. The query. But I mean, it's going to take forever to get the damn guild tabard, because it's like 10 gold. You know how long it's going to take me to get 10 gold? It's gonna take a while. Right? And one used shoe. You need like 10 gold and like straw and maybe some shoestring and maybe some like thread, right? Maybe a little dye, you know, to dye the colors onto that tab, right? Need some cloth, some thread, some dye. Yeah, use the blood of your enemies to dye it. Nice. The Legend of El Camu. Oh, request signature. He's going to decline to sign. He came running up to me. Maybe he wanted a signature. I don't know. We need signatures, damn it. What am I gonna eat for lunch, man? I gotta try to eat something. Oh, I was gonna make tacos, but I'm so I'm so lazy. I don't know if I want to cook. But I probably should. I got hamburger in the fridge. It needs to be cooked. What was I gonna say? So much for these guys helping me get signatures. All right, fuck it. Let's go. I guess we'll go to the human starting area. Yeah, just all of them. You want I can make some tunes? You can make some tunes then if you want. No. Yeah, I'll head to the human starting area. If any of you guys want to create some tunes and just log in on the human starting area on SKULLROCK here, I'll just get some signatures. This has totally thrown a wrench in my... All right, thanks, Legend. This has totally thrown a wrench into my leveling here today because I was in the guild and they decided... Thanks, Legend. They decided they didn't want warriors in the guild, which I understand why. You know, it's a paladin priest only guild, and the guild leader had said, "Yeah, you can have a warrior monk in there," but that he didn't ask the officers. He didn't get confirmation from the officers, and the officers didn't like it. So I ended up getting the boot. But they said as a consolation prize, they said you can create a sister guild. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to create a sister guild called the Sanctuary, and it's going to be just warrior monks. But it's a sister guild to Tyr's Hand, so we'll still be in the same guild, same Discord probably. Maybe, hopefully. You tried going in as a druid, and they said no. Oh, did you try going as a druid? Well, you can certainly join my warrior monk guild. I guess we could do a druid. I guess we could. I mean, we could do different monks. Like, I mean, a druid could be a monk technically, but the monk is supposed to use. You'd have to be like a balanced druid, though. You know, and I don't think it would really. I don't think it would work because the monk is supposed to use like physical. You know what I mean? You have to use physical damage, so. You know, you wouldn't be able to use like your druid abilities, you know. So the only other class that could really do it would kind of be like a hunter, but you wouldn't be able to use your pet because that kind of would go against the whole idea, and it just wouldn't work. I mean, really, the best character to be the warrior monk is a warrior because it's a warrior, right? So yeah, this guild is going to be warriors only. And really, I just created it so I could keep leveling. I really am not trying to recruit a bunch of people. I could care less, to be honest. I just wanted to group with those other guys in the other guild because I thought it'd be fun. I thought it'd be fun to be in a group of like a priest and 3 paladins and a warrior monk. I thought it'd be kind of fun. Man, I just created it. I got 0 sigs, man. I got 0. I'm just gonna go around here and start asking people. I don't know how many people are gonna be over here, but we're gonna just ask people. Hey, you like to sign my guild charter? You got 5 made already? Damn. Thank you. Well, we got 1 signature. Let's see. Think this guy would like to sign my guild charter? Hey, Bruco. Would you like to sign my guild charter? I always ask people because they're more likely to sign it if you ask them as opposed to just spam requesting. Oh shit. You just warped me out of the... Just warped me out of that area. I don't...
Alone be praised.
He's like, what's the guild name? Dude, you're getting booted as soon as the guild gets created. I don't know if multiple they may not. They actually may not work. Dude, it doesn't matter. You're gonna get booted anyway. I requested it from you, Pam. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, I didn't think you could. Yeah. Well, we got 3 signatures. Thank you. And still need what? 5 more? What? 6 more? You gonna make an actual warrior and join? Remember, it's a warrior monk. Now remember, it's a warrior monk, so you can't. Yeah. You can only be no, everybody's getting booted from the guild because they're not going to be part of the rule set, right? I mean, you have to, yeah, the rules are you have to, you can, the only weapons you can use are dual fist weapons, or you can use 3 weapon sets. You can either use a staff, or you can use dual fist weapons, or you can use a shield and a mace. And that's it. That's it. And you have to wear a robe in your chest piece, and you can't wear anything. You can only wear cloth or leather armor. And your chest piece always has to be a robe. Or if you can find a skirt, you can wear a skirt and a leather chest piece with it. But you have to have like something that looks like, the whole idea is you're a monk. So you need to look like a monk, right? So hoods are going to be encouraged. You have to wear a robe. Yeah, but you got to be like cloth armor or leather armor. So yeah, like if you look at me, I've got my mace and shield and my staff, and that's pretty much it. Mace and shield, staff. I've got a robe on. I've got cloth armor and leather armor. Yeah. Perfect for rage generation. You mean like it's terrible for rage generation, really? Because, well, if you have a fast mace, maybe, but well, the fist weapons will be great for rage generation. The problem is there aren't that many fist weapons in the game. That's the real problem. You do get, yes, you do. So if you're, the problem is at low level, you don't get it that much. I mean, you get damage from mobs hitting you, but you need more than one mob hitting you. Like one mob hitting you doesn't really generate that much rage. So if you have like 3 mobs hitting you, yeah, you're going to generate rage really quick. The problem is you're going to die because you're just not going to be able to handle it at low level. Later on down the road when you have more gear and stuff, well, of course, and even on this gear, you're never really going to be able to handle it very well unless you go, I'm going protection, so. But no, it's going to be difficult. It's not easy. It'll be very challenging for you to level this way. It'll be very difficult. But that is the monk challenge. Can you let's see what we got going on here. That is one ugly human. Dude, that is one ugly human. But hey. Ew, another guild signature. Here's some more. Whisper. Catch up to this rogue. Just chasing people down, right? Oh, he said no. Okay, that person said no. Someone ran past me. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can find somebody else. No, you don't have to do self-found. Self-found's not a requirement for this guild. I'm self-found, but you don't have to be. Yeah, you don't have to be self-found. It's not a requirement. Ugh, this is so much easier when the server actually had people in it. Doesn't feel like there's as many people on the server now as there used to be. We just need 5 more signatures, son of a... Maybe I'll take a break and come back and finish this up. I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna take a break. I'm hungry. I'm sick of standing here. Let's see if I can get this guy. Is he coming this way? Let me get some food. I'll get this stuff done. I'll get this stuff done when I'll do it while I'm eating. You know what I mean? Like the stream will be, I won't be streaming, but I'll be sitting here eating, and if people create their characters, I'll Try to get signatures, and we'll get this finished. But I'll catch you guys later, man. And give me a break, or give me some time to get something to eat, and be back in like an hour. And I'll see you then.